Hello and welcome to Retrocore AV, and today we're going to take a look at two Japanese store brand cassettes. Now normally when you see a store brand cassette you think to yourself, I'm not touching that, it's going to be bloody awful. But you'd be surprised, some of these can be pretty decent. Whether these two are decent is another thing, I've never tried them before, so we're going to find out together. So first up we have this one here. This is the UJ90 from Top Value, a company which is owned by Just Go. And we have this one here, which is from Just Photo, a Japanese photo lab chain, and this is a supermarket chain. And yeah, no relation whatsoever, even though they both have Just in the title. Now taking a look at the actual wrappers on them, they look fairly decent, don't they? In fact, this one, if you didn't have the Top Value mark there, would look like a Maxell. Oh, maybe it is a Maxell, but who makes this one? Well, let's take a look at the back of these cassettes. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is get in close with the phone. So here we are taking a look at the Top Value cassette, and we can see down here that it says Hitachi Maxell Kabushiki Gaisha, which basically means Hitachi Maxell Incorporated. And here's the good part. It says tape made in Japan, assembled in Korea. So that is a good sign. Okay, moving over to the Just Photo cassette. It's not as good. We don't know who makes the tape because it doesn't say, but it says the tape is made in Korea and assembled in China. Well, at least we can be thankful that the cassette tape is not made in China. Okay, so let's open up these bad boys and see what they're like inside. So I like the way that this UJ90 does have the little tear strip on the top. Let's get that open. Is it going to open nicely? Yes, it is. Oh, maybe not. So basically, this is just going to be a normal rebranded Maxell, isn't it? Made specifically for the store. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty reasonable looking cassette. It's got the Top Value sticker there. It's got one of those rounded off cases, quite nice. Yeah, it's a reasonable looking tape, isn't it? The tape is packed very well. You can't see any ripples or anything like that on there. Nice hubs. Top Value on the cassette again. I do find this very funny though. It says, I can't see it because of the lights. Let's see. I find it funny. It says high precision half. High precision half. So only half it's high precision. But yeah, it's a fairly static set and it's all screwed in. Alright, let's take a look at the J card. So, yeah, typical J card there, telling us a little bit about the leader. Number 2, what's that all about? Ah, it's got a bit of a tape cleaning on it, tape cleaner section on the leader. That's quite nice. Alright, well I wonder if it does actually clean my heads. But yeah, nothing too remarkable there, is there? And the stickers, yeah, just typical grey stickers. Paper's not that good. Alright, but I do like the way it does have the Maxell name embossed on the case. Don't know if you can see that there. Let's put it on the black. Can you see that? Just there. Alright, so that is the Just Go or Top Value cassette from Maxell. And let's take a look at this one, which has the tape made in Korea and assembled in China. Yeah, it's like we're going down the chain, isn't it? Tape made in Japan, assembled in Korea. Fair enough. Tape made in Korea, not as good as being made in Japan, but assembled in China. Can't get much worse than that, can you? Okay, well, let's open this one up. At least it's got a nice little tear strip on it. Or maybe not. Here we go. Let's open that. Alright, this one's actually in backwards. Let's move the Maxell over there a little bit. And yeah, there's the cassette. Got a slimmer case, this one. Oh, it's a nasty case as well. Yep, definitely assembled in China. That is nasty plastic. Very sharp. Oh, shit. That is very sharp on the edges. You could cut your finger on that, I guess. Okay. So first, let's take a look at the actual cassette. Oh, it's not wound on very well. Oh, here we go. 2 diagonal stripes. What company could that be, I wonder? If you think you know, put a comment down below. Alright, so yeah, it's all screwed in. Nice tape pack there, looks fairly clean. Got a bit of fluff on it though, I don't know where that came from. But yeah, it's not too bad, is it? It's kind of weird, can you see that there? There's actually a little bit of tape on the leader. Looks like it's not being cut properly or something. It's a bit weird. Okay, stickers, yeah, typical, nothing special there. And J-card, yeah, very plain, a bit glossy. Definitely lower quality than the Maxell. Okay, let's take a look at the actual cassette tape. Yep, going old school with scissors because we don't have big pens in Japan. So got to use what we have. Okay, let's. This is quite a long leader, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look there. Alright, so there's the tape on that, and let's take a look at the tape on the Top Value by Maxell. Alright, wind that on a bit. Alright. Ooh, look at that. Can you see that there? That is not looking too good. Let's see if we can get the phone camera on that. Alright, can you see that on the actual cassette? It is not very well done there, is it? It's a little bit on the bent side. I hope it's not like that through the entire cassette tape. Oh well, let's take a look at both cassettes together. Alright, so as you can see, the Korean made tape at the top is a lighter brown, while the Maxell at the bottom, made in Japan, is, yeah, darker. Okay, well, I think the best thing to do to see whether these are any good is to put them into the deck and see what they sound like. So here we are over by the deck, and I think we'll start off with the Justco Value Plus Maxell. Alright, let's get it in the machine. And let's calibrate this up so we've got everything set to standard. Calibration, here we go. Alright, calibrating. Oh, that is a surprise, see that? The bias is spot on standard. Okay, so we only need to change the level. Okay, so we don't need to touch the bias. And, oh, the level is pretty much spot on as well. Now that is quality. Let's just move it up a little bit of a positive level there. Okay, and next we're going to do the record EQ, but I'm going to do that off camera because I like to do it while playing the music, so I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we're all biased up, so let's start the music. Alright, so we'll get the tape recording now, and let's play the music. By the way, we're going to be playing Pet Shop Boys' It's a Sin Disco Mix. pretty good. You could see it was peaking at 6 and it was not distorting. Any distortion that you thought you may have heard is actually on the source material. This was being recorded from a vinyl record actually. But yeah, that was pretty decent. Alright, so time to move on over to the next cassette tape. And the next cassette we're going to use is the one made by the Korean company. I'm sure you guessed who it is by now, but I'll tell you later if you didn't figure it out already. So let's put it in there. I'm going to leave everything as it is, or as it was on the Maxell, and see how this one calibrates to the Maxell settings. Probably not the same, obviously. Alright, let's see. Okay, well the BIOS seems to be there. That's not too bad, is it? We just got to adjust the level a little bit. There we go. The level is adjusted. Bring the BIOS down a little bit of negative BIOS maybe. Nope, sorry, a little bit of positive BIOS I should say. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to do the EQ. Wow, look at the EQ, absolutely nothing. So I'm going to adjust the EQ off camera because I like to do the EQ settings to the music. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we're all biased up. It was a bit of a tricky bugger to get biased, but we did it. So let's see how good the quality is. So first of all, let's see how hissy that cassette tape is. Let's get it onto monitoring the tape. Yeah, that's quite hissy, isn't it? Okay, let's start the music. Well, wasn't as good as the Maxell, is it? Or was it? And I thought this company was meant to make decent tapes. Let's head back over to the desk. So there we have it. The Maxell versus... Did you figure out who makes this tape? Well, judging from the leader and the hubs, I'd say it's SKC. Makes sense because it's a Korean company and this tape was made in Korea. Well, let's see. Well, the Maxell, it peaked at 6, it didn't distort, it had no dropouts, and it was extremely, and I mean extremely easy to set up. I mean, the bias didn't even need touching, the levels vary slightly, and the EQ, not that much. Very easy to work with, great sounding cassette. The SKC on the other hand, well, pain in the backside to set up. Couldn't drive it as hot as the Maxell, didn't peak as high. If I peaked it at 6 like this peaked, that started to distort. It wasn't nowhere near as good. It didn't have the high end as well, didn't have the high end that this has. And it also seemed to be lacking in the mid-range too. In fact, it was just lacking all over the place. And as I said, I thought SKC made good cassettes, but I don't know, maybe this is the end of the line and they just sent all the crappy tape to China and they put it in these cases. Talking of which, yeah, let's have a listen to this. They both rattle quite a bit. But I'd say that rattles more. So yeah, there you have it. 2 Japanese supermarket or Japanese store brand cassettes. If you ever see them in the shops or on Yahoo auctions or whatever, I'd probably stay clear of these. Not SKC's best, that's for sure. But these UJs, yeah, just the same as a regular UJ really. Pick them up. Good cassette.